Hey Jim, welcome. Um, you are, I think, the first person to see a live view of besides me, of the Askar 91F here. So I'm shooting NGC 869 and NGC 884, the double cluster in Perseus. Hey Paul, welcome. And sorry for like the super late night impromptu live streams. I wasn't planning it at all, and it's gonna be super short, maybe half an hour at most because I have to go into the office in the morning, so I'll have to shut down soon. But couldn't resist setting this up just to show you the 91F in action. It's my first night using it. Got it a little over 24 hours ago. It's still on pre-release, so I'm excited to be able to use it. And I'm planning on taking this out to a Bortle 3 zone this weekend, so I'll have Saturday night and Sunday night. So I'm hoping for really clear skies. Don't know yet what I'm going to shoot. I was planning on taking my Askar 71F instead, but this one arrived early, so yeah, why not? So I'll take this instead. Probably lots of clusters. I'll try and find some dark nebulae as well, especially from a Bortle 3 zone, which I don't go to often. And the area I'm going to, I know I'll have some good skies, so I'm really looking forward to it. Yeah, and so I'm in Sharp Cap. I am live stacking, so I have 12. So this is 12 minutes. So you can see the colors of the stars here. They look pretty great. I love this cluster, this double cluster NGC 869 and NGC 884. Funny enough, I shot this cluster so many times over the years, but zero times with my 71F. I don't know why. I always skip it, I guess, because I was looking for something to compare it with, and it's not there. So we can look at the corners. So we can do like a really quick corner analysis to see what the stars look like in the corners. So made by Sharp Star Optics, and look at this. Look at the stars. These are super round. So I'm really excited to do my review of this. I already started recording some stuff and writing down some notes. But this is the corner, the bottom right corner, the bottom left corner. The stars look amazing. And this is with a crop sensor camera. So when I did my Askar 71F review last year, it was with my 523MC Pro, which is a much smaller sensor. So the corners were obviously round. So I did an analysis with using my DSLR for a crop sensor, and it wasn't the same. The DSLR had some problems, but this is amazing. Like the top corner and the top right corner. What specs and cost? So this is the let me actually pull up the spec sheet. So it's a 91 millimeter aperture with 609 millimeter focal length. So here, let me bring this up. So it cost $1,000. It's higher than we were expecting. We were expecting maybe around $900 at max, because the 71F is now $659. So when I got it, it was actually $600. So tariffs, and whatever else, inflation made this increase to $659. And the 60F, which came out, was at $500. So we were hoping the 91F was around $900, but that wasn't the case. It turned out to be $999. So I think it's getting released either this week or next week. Not sure yet. They sent me an advance copy. They gave me the option to purchase it, and I did purchase it, so I bought this. So I own this telescope. I paid extra for shipping, which included the tariffs. I don't know what the tariff amount actually was. But yeah, no, I paid for this. I love the 71F, so I knew I would keep this one anyway, so I paid for this early. It's a 91 millimeter aperture, 609 millimeter focal length, which is f6.7. The 71F is an f6.9, so it's a little bit faster, but not by much. I know some people really don't like telescopes that are like slower than f5. This is a quadruplet, so we get sharp stars everywhere. As long as you can get focus, you'll have sharp pinpoint stars wherever. It does support a full frame camera, which I don't have, so I can't test that. It has an ED glass. I think it uses FPL53, but I reached out to my contact at Askar to confirm. Jim asked, will there be a reducer available? From what my contact told me, that there will be, but not sure when. I did ask them if the reducer for the 71F will work. I don't think it'll work because there are different focal ratios, but I asked to confirm, and if I get another night or two of clear skies, I'll test it myself, but I don't think it'll work. The focal ratio is off, so where the light hits won't be the same. So, but as far as I know, they will create a reducer, just don't know when. And it'll probably be 0.75x, same as the 71F. No need to flattener, no need to calculate back focus, so that's great. Retractable hood, two finder bases. So it has a 3-inch rack and pinion focuser. It actually feels really nice, but I installed an EAF on it. Built-in camera angle adapter. So I'll include close-up shots of this in my review. So I have some of that done already. So I'm hoping to get that done by next week. I have it mounted on a CEM40, so let me pull up the photo. Actually, I just took it outside. Yeah, so this is what my setup looks like outside. So I have the 91F here. I have my 2600 MC Pro camera here. I have a guide scope here. I'm using that instead of an OAG, and I have it on my CEM40 mount, so it can handle about 40 pounds of load. This is way less. I think total this weighs maybe 13 pounds at most. I'll weigh this later. But yeah, I really like my CM40. I've had it for a few years. I am the second owner, so I bought that used. And I'm actually hoping to maybe reach out to Ioptron and see if I can maybe trade up and trade this in for one of their Strainwave mounts, which I really want to test, but I also don't want to pay thousands of dollars. So if I can get some value back for this, I will. I would love that. As much as I want to keep this, I have too many things I need to get rid of. And yeah, I'm still zoomed in here to the stars here, and the most corner star is still super round. And my pixel scale here is about 1.27 arc seconds, which is really good. So at 100%, I should do fill height, and then we can see both of these. So in a sharp cap, we can go to tools and plate solve. And then once it plate solves, we can go back to tools, and then we can do deep sky image annotations, and it will surround stuff here. So we have the NGC 869 and NGC 884 here, the two clusters in Perseus. These are really bright clusters, really colorful. I actually love looking at this through a telescope. We looked at it with our 25-inch telescope on our astronomy club's field, so I love looking at this thing. It's just a sea full of stars. We have a bunch of stars here, other objects nearby. Yep, and I'm basically just like auto stretching here. I haven't done anything too crazy. But make it a little bit darker. We can really see the colors of the star cluster here. So let's see. There we go. So I just shoot this with the SV Bony 70mm quadruplet that I just tested. So I suppose I can test it with that. The field of view between that and the 91 and the 71F is pretty similar. Yeah, it does look great. I love the F series from Askar. When before I bought this, I was actually considering the 107 PHQ, which is this one. It's a quadruplet. It's 107mm. Costs $2,300. You can see it costs a lot more money. But it's a quadruplet, and it's 749mm focal length. So whatever f ratio that comes to, f7. So I almost bought this one, and then as I was about to pay, I got an email for the 91F, and I was like, wait, I want to switch to that because I think it will fit me more, and I kind of hope they work on maybe like a 101F or 111F or something if they're going by 20mm at a time. Hey Simon Kid. Oh nice. Yeah, I almost got the 65 PHQ a while ago, but I have the AT60ED, which is a 60mm f6 doublet, and it's not a quadruplet, but it cost a lot less when I bought it, and if I had at 65 PHQ would have been too redundant of a telescope, I think. So I ended up not getting that one, and wanted to get a bigger PHQ at some point, which then got overtaken by the 91F. So maybe one day I'll get a PHQ, maybe the 130 at some point, but it costs so much money. Do you have any other scopes besides the 65 PHQ? Oh, nice. First telescope. Yeah, this is a really good looking telescope. I definitely considered this. I was basically looking at any telescopes between 50 and 70mm back then. Yeah, the 65 PHQ works great, and there is an Ioptron IAFS electronic filter, or sorry, electronic focuser that's available for the 65 PHQ. But like you have the Askar 120 Apo. That one's also a really good one. I wanted that one too, but when I was looking, it wasn't in stock anywhere. So that kind of worked out for me, so that I didn't have to spend more money. But yeah, I think the 120mm aperture and 840mm focal length is like perfect for so many objects in the sky. And it comes with a nice bag, I think, right? So, maybe one day I'll get the 120, but I also kind of want to just go bigger and get like the 140, which I don't know if my mount can handle it. How much does it weigh? Actually, my mount can handle it. Yeah, it'll only be about like 25 pounds with everything. Yeah, I think I have SCTs and Newtonians. I might just stick with refractors. They're just so much easier, more fun, I think. Oh, nice. Yeah, with the 0.8 reducer. So that comes out to like what, f5.2 or something, which is awesome. F5.4. I think that's the math. Trying to do it in my head. Cool. Yeah, that's a good set of telescopes to have, 65 millimeter and 120 millimeter. That covers a lot of the sky. Yeah, f 5.6 makes sense. Makes sense if it's f7, times or minus 20% would be minus 1.4. Very cool. Yeah, the colors look great, right? And I'm not even like saturating it here. Yeah, I'm not gonna play with the automatic coloring. It looks amazing here. This is stacked so far 24 frames, so that's 24 minutes. I'm taking 60-second exposures. And I'm taking 60 of them, and I don't think I have another target in mind after this. I don't. So I can probably find something, image that for a few minutes, and then we can call it a night. Oh hey, this stopped imaging. Why did you stop imaging? 869, 60. Oh, did I get 60 images already? Hold on a second. No, I didn't. Weird. Huh, that's a weird thing. I'm glad people are witnessing it. So it thinks I took 60 images of NGC 869, but I only took 24. Weird. I don't know, let me switch it back. Switch it to like 120. Reset this. And then start again. It's giving me some issues. Something similar happened last time I tried to do. So I think what I'll do is, what control what do you mean, what control unit am I using for Nina? Oh hey, thanks Paul. I don't know if I've ever gotten one of those in a live stream before. So camera, so what's happening here? Huh. So the camera is refusing to take a picture. So let me disconnect and then reconnect. Strange. Image. Super strange. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, I think maybe Nina's having problems, so I'm going to restart this. So this is my mini PC sitting outside. I don't have a filter wheel. Connect all devices. Okay. Okay, maybe it's gonna work now. Yes, okay, that's working. Strange. Yeah, I've had some issues with Nina tonight. Pretty sure it's Nina. Could also be the ZWO driver. My PhD2 is doing okay. My RMS errors have been pretty standard. Not too bad. There we go, image. Okay, so that worked. Super strange. So I'm just gonna go back to NGC 869. Let's load it. I'm gonna reshoot this, and then I'll see if I can dig into the logs later to figure out what happened. But so while that's happening, let's take a look at sharp cap. Yeah, it's still 24 images. I have no idea why Nina said I took 60 of these. Yep, I just checked the folder. There's only 24 in there. Weird. Technology. So here, and then I'll do at targeted sequence, broadband. I don't need to slow and center. I'm already there. I'm not gonna run autofocus because I just did it. I don't need that many. I'll do 60, and then press OK. Let it start guiding. Hopefully it cools by the time it finishes guiding. If not, whatever. And then we'll start getting more images. But while we figure that out, we can also look at Stellarium and see if there's anything else in this area people want to look at. So right now I'm looking here. This is the double cluster. So I can shift to one of these nebulae, but I don't have a narrowband filter in there, so we won't be able to really see much. But if anyone has suggestions on where they want me to point, I'm happy to do so. This is Polaris. I want to stick to things that are on this side here. So I could point it to Andromeda, but my camera rotation isn't like this, so it's actually not going to fit everything. But I can also point it to the Triangulum galaxy. So maybe, hey, let's do a poll. Let me set that up. We'll do a poll. Should I shift to the Triangulum galaxy? Any galaxy other than Triangulum? Okay, let's see. We have these. NEC 672. It's going to look pretty small, but we'll still be able to see something. That's the cluster. Phantom Galaxy. Might be a little. That's M74. Yeah, it might be a little too dim to get something out in a short live stream. This is a cool group here. Oh yeah, I can't look that way. Okay. Hey Beverly. Any northern hemisphere. I know it's like I can only see northern hemisphere targets, which is funny. I would love to be able to look south. All right, so Paul says no Triangulum galaxy. So let's vote for no, not Phantom Galaxy. Where'd you go? Ooh, there's a little group of galaxies here. The other one, yeah, I'm trying to find where I found it. Oh, here it is. NGC 672. Oh, cool, Australia. Man, I wish I could switch with Australia for a little bit to see your skies. Let's do. All right. Thanks, Paul. I'll just start a quick poll because I do want to collect a little bit more data on this cluster here. So I just want to get maybe 10 more shots before we switch over. So I'm just going to create a poll in the meantime. What galaxy should we switch to? Yeah, I'll switch with you, Simon. Let's find a way. NDC 672. Alright, poll started. So I will say NDC 672 is mag 11. So it's really dim, whereas Triangulum is... What is it? mag 5.6, so several magnitudes. We do have the Pleiades coming up, but this is a little too low, so I'll have to wait a little bit before I can see it. I don't know if I'm gonna have this live stream long enough to be able to switch to the Pleiades, but we'll see. Oh, oh, were you talking about M31? Andromeda Galaxy? You didn't want to do that? I didn't want to do this either because my camera angle is wrong, but Triangulum Galaxy will fit. So M33 is winning right now with 6 votes. Let's check back in on SharpCap. Yeah, this looks really good. For people who just joined, who didn't see me go through the corners of this, I'm going to go to 400%. And I just did the corners of this to look at this, what the stars look like, and they look completely round, which is super impressive for a crop sensor and a 91mm f6.7 refractor. Yeah, it's completely flat. I am super impressed with this telescope. Hey, Otto. Welcome. Yeah, and then plate solve information, we can see exactly what we're looking at here. So SharpCap has some really cool tools. Yeah, it's a really good scope. And I'll put this up here again for all the new people who have shown up. So this is the new scope. It's not yet released. I believe they're releasing it either like end of this week or maybe next week. So I'm lucky that I was able to get this early. I did mention that I did pay for this, so I bought this. I paid a little extra for the shipping and whatever tariffs that covered. And it got here early, much earlier than I expected. So it's my first night taking it outside. Set it up with my 2600 MC Pro camera on my CEM 40 mount, and I'm using a guide scope instead of an OAG. And the pixel scale here is 1.27 arc seconds, which is actually really good. And I love my 71F, so I think I'm really enjoying the 91F. And I'm taking it away to a Bortle 3 zone this weekend. I'm looking forward to it. The SVB Bony is just for power. It's just a power distribution. It doesn't control anything. It's like it's power distribution and USB hub. Yeah, nothing special. They are working on like a pro version of this that's coming out soon. USB ports, which would be interesting. But I used to have a Melee 3 that I need to set up actually. I just haven't had time to. Woof. All right, I don't know what happened to this one, but the HFR went way up. Mount. Okay, so this probably happened because of stuff, because it stopped and then it restarted. So I think if I pull, so I'll close that. I think that's pretty conclusive. Thanks to everyone. Oh, hold on, I'm sorry, I'm catching up to the chat. Give me 1 second, everybody. I'm just gonna start this. I'll start this. So Paul asked controls, but they haven't released it. I'll be sure to share that as well. Funny enough. I've seen screenshots, I've seen videos, but on a Linux on a Raspberry Pi, and I fully moved to Nina, although I used Nina before, similar to Astroberry. I've had that phone and I absolutely love it, and I'm really liking the. Paul says Nina. Are you losing me? Is stream says it's an excellent connection. Ask again and then I'll answer it again. Are you still as high on the Askar 103 Apo as you were? I don't have the 103 Apo. Do they have a 103 Apo? Is that the one I wanted? Hold on, let me pull that up. Oh, the 103 Apo. I actually wanted the 120 Apo. So I wanted the 107 PHQ or the 120 Apo. So I guess the 103 Apo works. I've not used it. I don't know if I considered purchasing it at any point, but it looks pretty cool. I'm sure it's fine. I forgot who said they used the 120. So Simon uses the Askar 120 Apo, so he can probably give you more. Yeah. My stream health is. Sorry, I wonder. If I'm still dropping out, I'm sorry. Don't know if it's my audio. Checking my streaming software and checking YouTube. It says the stream status is excellent. Audio is better now, thanks. Yeah, maybe it was like a weird YouTube connection issue. I have gigabit internet, so I usually don't have connection issues unless whatever platform I'm using has issues. I'm getting star trails here. And this is fine. Maybe my tracking is not doing great right now. So this is my mount. But I got a couple of good shots. The first shot on M33 was not good. You can see the X-shaped stars. But the second and third images look pretty good. So I can start pulling that into SharpCap and take a look. Thanks everyone for the feedback on the audio. Alrighty then, let's see. Okay, so I have that set up. We're SharpCap, so I have SharpCap here. So I can actually turn this off and go to M33 lights. So this will clear. And then I'll press play. Oops. So reset all of these. And then auto, and then auto here. So this is M33. Oops. This looks not too bad. So it's only a 2-minute stack here. It didn't even stack everything. I'm just gonna go back. Okay, so let it collect lights, and I'll show you what M33 actually looks like with the 71F, which actually, here, I'll do it here. There we go. So you can go to nastronomy.com to see some of my images. I don't have everything on here, but so this is here it goes. M33 using the Askar 71F, the reducer, and a 2600 IMX 571 camera. So this is how long of an exposure is this? I didn't write that down. I think it's 2 hours or 3 hours. I can find it, but this is what M33 looks like on the 71F. And then if we compare the size, you can see that it's going to be a little bit bigger than whoops, different computer, than here. But I really do like this Galaxy. And then sharp cap, there we go. So yeah, so I'm gonna let this go for about let this live stream go for about, let's see, 20 more minutes. So I'll be online for an hour, and then I'll call it a night. So I do appreciate everyone showing up and spending some time with me tonight, seeing the 91F in action for the first time. So that's been exciting. Thanks, Paul. Good night. Yeah, I'll still be around for another 20 minutes. Just checking to see if I got an email from Sharpstar Optics, because I asked them what kind of glass they're using. FPL. Last time I spoke with them about 71F, they told me it was FPL 53. So I'm just double checking to make sure it's the same for the 91F or different. I don't see any kind of like bloating or chromatic aberrations in these shots, in any of these subs or in the live stack. Like nothing like the SV Bony one that I just tested. The time is 1:21 a.m. and I have to be up at around 7, maybe 7:30 a.m. Take the toddler to daycare and then head off to the office. That's the one bad thing about having a clear night on a weeknight. I have to work the next day. Oh, nice. We're exactly 12 hours apart. That's really cool. Are you do you use Discord? If you use Discord, like this is not just for Simon, but for everyone. If everyone uses Discord, and you want to join our little community, I'll put an invite link in the description. We'd love to have you there. Lots of good conversations there. Yes, do as Beverly says. Yeah, we should have a lot of 71F users there. So maybe we can get a bunch of 91F users there. And it'll prompt Askar to send me more stuff early. And again, I did pay for this telescope, so keep clicking the wrong thing. Hey, the two people who joined, we have Luke Omatico's channel in common. Cool. I like Luke. Luke is like optimally located geographically for me. Like usually when he goes live, I'm at like the tail end of work, and if I don't have any meetings and he's doing a live stream, I'm usually just sitting there hearing him talk. Sometimes I'll participate, but at like 4 p.m. My time is like the perfect time when he goes online and starts live streaming. It's easy to use. Just type stuff. And we're a friendly bunch. It's one of the reasons I actually like the astronomy community. I think we're all helpful. We all like learning from each other and teaching each other. Well, looking at this actually looks really nice. Like the H alpha regions. Like this is a nebula in M33. This is looking really nice. I wonder if I can make it pop a little bit more. Oops, didn't want to do that. This is cool. And this is just a 9-minute look at M33. It's not even that long. Alright, I can close up this. I'm using SharpCap to live. Yes, yeah, I'm using. So if you go to cameras and you do folder monitor camera, and then you just select where all of your images are stored. So I'd go into like the M33, click on the lights, and then click on all images in this selected folder, and it just monitors this folder. And there are two ways you can grab those files. So one way to do this is, someone actually asked me to make like a video on how to do this, and I never did it. But I can show you really quickly. So the way to do this is, so if you're using a mini PC and you add your mini PC as a network drive, you can go into this. So like this is my IP address. You can go into this, and then you can copy the files over. You can SharpCap. You can use this as the directory. But what I do is, actually before I show you what I do, in Nina, there's actually a plugin called copy. Is it copy something? First, I'm not gonna find it right away. It's called mouse scope control. There's one here that'll push your FITS files into a remote computer. Remote copy. Okay, it's not just copy. It's remote copy. So you can set this up, and you can use this plugin to send the files to your computer, and then SharpCap will see it. But what I do is I do the other way. So I have a PowerShell script that runs every minute, and it pulls the files from my mini PC to my local computer, and then SharpCap sees it. And that works pretty well. Yeah, did I? And now that I'm talking about it, maybe I did do a video on this. I don't know. Yeah, if I find the video that I may have done, I'll post it in the Discord. But now it sounds familiar now that I'm talking about it, that I have done this. You can also use Serial to live stack. I think I've only done that successfully once. I've never really tried beyond that. It's just because SharpCap is just so good at it, and there's just so many features here. And now it also has solar system sharp stacking, solar system live stacking. So I did this with Jupiter and Mars during planning season last year. So I'm looking forward to that this year. That should be fun. Saturn is coming around in September. Woohoo. I will probably. My plan is to go to Australia in 2028 for the total solar eclipse. What part of Australia are you in? I think the eclipse is going to be in the southeast region. Let me see. I forget what that region is called. But it'll go through New Zealand as well. Oh yeah, Sydney. It's going to go right through Sydney. So I have no idea where I'm going to be, but I know that I'm going to be in Australia in 2028. Oh, cool. I have family in Perth. So it'll be a good reason to visit Australia, visit them, drag them to Sydney to look at the eclipse. Yeah, and my son will be 5, so hopefully he travels well. Hoping to take him to Northern Africa in 2027 as well, so we'll see. Oh, cool. Far north. That's super cool. I don't know. I wonder if you're like west enough, or you're close enough to get into totality on the northwest side. They're gonna see it. They're gonna see a pretty long totality as well. Actually, northwest is going to see a better totality than Sydney. So what region is this? I'll pull this up. Let's talk about. See, so like over here, it's Mount Bradshaw. Is there a mountain there? Protected area. This is gonna be maybe not accessible. Yeah, but they get like 5 minutes, 5+ minutes of totality, whereas Sydney gets 3 minutes. Yeah, 3 minutes 48 seconds, which is still pretty good. But northwest is where we want to be. Yeah, interesting. I gotta research. I'm still trying to plan 2027 first. Alright, thanks Simon for joining. Hope you have a good one. Yeah, and I am going to cut this live stream in 5 minutes. And probably start packing up, unfortunately, and then because I don't want to leave a new scope outside since I don't have a private yard. Thank you, Simon. Catch you on the Discord and in the next live stream. Alright, 3-minute warning, and then I'll be logging out. So if anyone has any questions for me, let me know. And I hope to see some of you in the Discord server. Invite is in the chat and also in the description. And I would like to take the opportunity to thank everyone for joining me on this late live stream, impromptu live stream. And I'm glad I was able to share first light with the Askar 71, or I'm gonna get that tripped up a lot. The Askar 91F. Looking forward to doing the video, hopefully in a week or so. Thanks, Beverly. Have a good night.